How long you been? I know we not got to Monty and the man of the half hour part yet, but I'm just curious right off the bat. How long you been rocking YouTube?
This year, January. Come on,
we'll be right back. Hold that thought right there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Monty Weaver here, helping you navigate through digital, tech, and social media. Now, the cat's kind of out the bag at this point. Those of you all that have been followers of mine here on YouTube since the beginning of this year have seen the exponential growth of my channel, going from 126 subscribers to over 10,000 subscribers in just 7 months. Now, it is not going to happen for everyone. But if you do want to focus in on YouTube, there definitely is a strategy. Recently, I was invited to be on a podcast interview to talk more about what it takes to grow a YouTube channel, to grow a successful YouTube channel. Because as you can see, a lot of us have tried to do certain social media platforms before. And if we don't stay consistent, or if we really don't know the rules to the game, we tend to fall off or not have the success that we thought we were going to get. So I want you to enjoy this video, take away some nuggets, take some notes on how you can start to leverage the power of YouTube. And I'll see you at the end of the video.
All right. Now, if you
listen, before you even say anything, your face was like, like he was. Let me show you my before picture. I was 300 pounds in 2 months. Look at this 6 pounds. Like, what? Like every day I go to the gym. 4 years now.
You know what? We're gonna get to that in a minute. That's some juicy stuff, but. The commercial I just had, the ad that I just ran, the guys that are listening to that audio, you did not hear any verbiage. That's okay. But that is for the Brothers of Legacy that we do. Me and AD are part of that group. Yes, actually, me and AD co-founded the Brothers of Legacy. Yes, and we do a thing called Freestyle Friday. Yes, and we cut the crazy. And we serious Monday through Thursday. We talk about everything under the sun. Right. But Fridays we cut the crazy. So that's when you come and have fun and like to kick up your feet and all that. So make sure you join us if you're on Facebook, Periscope, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right. All right. So now we're going to get into the fun part of this podcast. And this is, we're going to introduce the man of the half hour, Mr. Monty Weaver. And don't spell it with a Y. It's wrong. Spell it with a Y. It is absolutely wrong. And I had to learn that before we went live here. Because I put in like Monty, because I'm thinking Monty Python. That's what I'm thinking. And he's like, nah, that ain't right. So, but here we go. So the secrets of YouTube.
But before we get to that, right?
Before we get into that.
Because there's always a buildup. There's always a buildup. Right. Always. People don't some people kind of jump into stuff and they just rock it. But how long have you been live streaming?
So live streaming 4 years. Okay. So I kind of accidentally got into live streaming. By nature, I'm an introvert. So me being on camera is not something that I want to do.
Yeah, introverts don't do that.
Yeah. But I'm a techie. Right. So what I was doing when Facebook Live and Periscope came out is I was just playing with the platforms. I was going live, but I was going live sharing videos.
Okay.
And at the time, that was brand new. That was new. That wasn't even really an option for the everyday consumer. But my background, I knew how to do it. And so I was just playing with that part of live video. So that's how I kind of stumbled into it before I actually turned on the camera and said hi to the world.
Okay. Because I know the way I met you, and probably like a lot of other people, was through Periscope. Mm-hmm. And you were one of the early adapters of OBS, and working that. What was that experience like, growing your channel on Periscope?
So at the time, I won't even say growing it, because I wasn't trying to grow it. I was really just on there because someone had asked me to get on there and said, teach people how to do this. So I didn't really have an end game for myself. I remember doing a class on how to do OBS, and I taught this class for 4 hours. Everybody wanted to know, how can I share my screen? How can I put images and video, all this stuff on the screen? Okay, well, I'll show you how to do it. I literally didn't have a class. I didn't have like a pre-sale lead up to it. I just had one webinar. I couldn't sell you a replay. I had none of my own stuff built out. It was all new to me. So I was just teaching people what I already knew how to do. It was just now at the consumer level. So it all started from there, on Periscope. And, there's still people that leverage the platform. And it allowed me to grow an audience for sure using video and live streaming.
All right.
Yeah. So I am on your YouTube channel page right now.
The new one I started this year.
Yeah. So how did you get into YouTube? How did you stumble into it, or what made you start on YouTube?
So YouTube is one of these social media platforms that I think a lot of us know we can really leverage if we want to, but it's kind of intimidating because we look at these channels and we're like, oh man, that I can never reproduce what this person did.
Right.
And then I was, sitting back at the end of 2019, and I was just thinking like, man, I've put up so much content on these other social media platforms.
Right.
And if I want to reference it, I can't really give you a place to go to get the information. I talked about 6 months. So I was like, okay, I need to really focus in try to adopt this YouTube thing. I know people are making good revenue from YouTube. I know they're building these audiences from YouTube. The information staying up there forever on YouTube. And so January 2020, I just made a decision to focus solely on YouTube, still using the other platforms to some degree, but really I just wanted to create content specifically for YouTube. And when I got started, I had my Google account like a lot of us, and I had 126 random people that were already subscribed to the channel, throwing up random stuff over the last 4 years, from business stuff to day trading and tech stuff, anything that I was familiar with. But I started from scratch. I literally deleted everything that was there. And I started with no videos at the beginning of this year and the 126 subscribers. So some people say 0 to 10,000. I tell them I said 126 to 10,000.
Just keep it real, right? Keep it real.
I had a couple extra people on there. Right? But yeah, so it all started with just thinking, okay, where can I put my content that it'll live longer and that I could just reach more people in general.
Right. Okay. So what was your initial struggle starting the YouTube channel, or if there was one?
Getting over the fear of just being on camera, really. After building up the live stream, turning on the camera, I got over that. So it wasn't as big a hurdle to jump into YouTube. But that's always been my struggle. Even right now, creating videos is still my struggle because I have to turn on the camera. And like we said at the beginning, people have their opinions. They will be nasty to you. Some people are supportive. It's always great to get those, but that going into YouTube, that there are going to be people that are going to leave comments. And so, those of us that are authentic and real, and we're just trying to get out a message, we just want to get out our message. We're not going to be perfect every single time we say it. We might miss, a step or two, but we're giving this freely on the platform. It's like, okay, you at least think, okay, you just say thank you, or hey, next time, can you cover this? But just don't try to slam me for sitting here, taking the time, recording a video, doing all this effort to get it out there to people. So once you can kind of get through that hurdle of, okay, there's going to be some people, naysayers, all this stuff. I tell people, if you have a gift, you have knowledge and information, YouTube is just a platform where you just give it away. You just talk to the camera, you just give it away, and you put it up there. And the people that are looking for you, they're going to find you because that's what they're typing into search. And so that's how these channels are starting to really grow.
Right. So, you've been doing it since January, and I'm truly in awe of that, because so many people would have quit. And that's what period of time, but you went from 126.
Yeah, closing in on 11,000 now.
Yeah, already. So with that success, with that, because I know if you're a true live streamer like me in ADR, we don't do it for numbers. We do it for the person that's gonna listen to the content or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit 10,000, what was your mindset? What'd you say? What'd you think? Did you think anything? It was just
when I hit 1,000, I was like,
what?
Really? Because statistically, you have to put up about 200 some videos to get to 1,000 on average.
Wow.
And I did not expect, because we've used all these social media platforms, and I like talking to people like me. Like, we don't have no huge audiences like celebrity status where we can jump on and there's 500 people showing up.
Right.
So I didn't expect YouTube to be any different. I just expected it to be, methodical. It's going to be a process. You got to be consistent.
Right.
Yeah.
But it really grew so fast. So when I got to that 1,000 mark, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then it just kept exponentially growing. And so then I would get to 5,000, and you get to these milestones and you're like, okay, I need to recognize the milestone. But before I could do my 5,000 video, I got to 7,500 subscribers. So it just kept growing and growing. I was like, so I haven't even enjoyed the 1,000 yet, like, because I didn't think my channel would grow this fast. My goal for the year was to get about 5,000. I was just throwing it out there, just a work hard type of goal. Sometimes you throw those goals out there, you don't really think you'll reach, but you're going to throw it so far out there that you're going to exceed the goal that you can reach. So I knew I could get 1,000 probably. So I was anywhere between 1,000 and 5,000. I was good. So I'm way beyond what I thought this channel would be right now. And it's definitely paid its dividends, by doing other social media platforms, because you kind of, get your feet wet on those platforms, and and you learn from those experiences, and you just translate it to another platform.
Wow, that's dope.
So, okay, so let me ask you this, because it's funny that you say that you didn't get a chance to enjoy it, because I've watched videos and they're like, hey guys, we're trying to get to 3,000, right? And you look at the subscribers, they're at 300,000. You're like, you superseded, what you were trying to get.
Right.
Did once you got to 1,000, did the ball move faster? Did the growth happen more?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I had put up about so I'm in the digital marketing advertising space, and I work a lot with the real estate industry, realtors, home builders. And so all my first videos of this year were all catered to the real estate, how to help them use social media and digital. And those videos didn't take off. So I had what I thought would happen. I had like my 30 videos up there. None of them were getting more than 100 views. Okay, I understand. That's how, I'm new to YouTube.
Right.
So it wasn't really until I put up a video about how to live stream for churches. So what happened was the video timing was perfect. And AD, since I've taught live stream, I've taught it a long time ago. So it's not new information. So what I did was just put it on the YouTube platform this time. And that video took off. So you had churches trying to figure out, how do I still spread the message around the world, or how do I spread the message to my congregants that can't even come into the building anymore? So they were finding the video. People around the world were finding the video. And that's the one that really catapulted the YouTube growth. So I think a video has over 150,000 views right now. And thankfully, it's a church video, so I got a lot of good comments on that one. So and so that one really spawned the channel growing, and I followed it up with another video similar to it, just because I saw how well that one was doing. And then that's really how you play the YouTube game, is you give people what they're looking for. And especially the times that we're living in right now, there's so many people on a platform. There's so many people looking for answers. You were just talking about your kids and computers not working. And so school and videos are going crazy right now on YouTube, because everybody's looking for answers.
Wow.
Yeah. YouTube is the go-to. I mean, if you want to learn how to change your sunroof, you go to YouTube.
Everything. before I call a repair person, let me see if I can fix this myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many times did you do it?
Right.
I've done it for the heating. I've done it to change the light bulb on my car. You know, and these channels, these people that are putting up this content, not only are they giving value back to us, but they're building it where they're generating revenue from these platforms. They're getting so many people. Right. How do I change the oil on my car? Well, if you got a million people trying to figure out the same question, it was worth that content creator's time to go and take the camera outside to his car and explain to people how to do it. It took him, this is what he does every single day. It's not like
nothing he did different.
Yeah, he's not doing anything different. It doesn't take him any more effort other than turning on the camera at that point. So that's all we have to do on YouTube is turn on the camera and talk about what it is that we do. And people that want to find us and looking for us, they're going to find us.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I will say sometimes though, you know, the people that do it every day, you forget that. Like I was struggling with this bush. I was like, how do you take this bush down? So I looked it up. I had the right tools, but they were professional. So they went in there like 20 minutes, boom, boom, boom. It took me about 2 hours. You know, but
I remember that. Yeah.
Get my arm up and everything doing that mess. But you know how to do it. You get that correct instruction from someone that does it all the time. This is how you do it. This is, you know, this is the best way to do it. You know.
Right.
But yeah, it's so what? Okay, so you got your growth, you got your momentum. Do you find it's okay? So is one of the secrets, I guess, would be getting that right, the timing and the right content, and having at least one video explode gives you an opportunity for the rest of your videos to catch some shine. Say that?
Yeah, so really what you want to do on YouTube is I treat all the platforms the same. They're all a game to me. And so I'm trying to learn what's the game of YouTube.
Right.
And so the game of YouTube is you have to know what people are looking for.
Right.
So before I even start on a video, I'm looking at your YouTube searches. What is being searched right now in YouTube?
Right.
And then I create a video based on that specifically. So I'm not going to, I tell people, don't get creative. This is not the platform to get creative on. I want to do a video on this. I want to talk about this. Because if there's nobody looking for it, you'll never get an audience. So once you understand what people are searching for, and I mean specifically, what are they typing in the chat? And it literally has a little drop down and shows you what people are typing in.
Right.
Then you create a video based on that. Then you title it something that's engaging, something that's using those exact same words in the search volume. And then you're using tags. We can go into tags later. That's a course thing. Yeah. Descriptions.
Give an overview. They just get an overview.
And then obviously the thumbnail. You know, once somebody finds the video, you want them to click. So facial expressions, you know, actions, little words on the top. That'll get people to click. And then after that, it's all going to be the video, you know, making sure you're talking to the YouTube audience, you know, not just uploading something you did 3 years ago just to have it up there, which is what I did a long time ago, who never got any growth on it. So you're talking to your YouTube audience. You're telling them, hey, subscribe. Hey, leave me a comment, unfortunately sometimes, but hey, I need that comment.
Yeah.
So I know what to create another video about, because your audience will let you know, hey, can you explain this? So rather than DMing me or, you know, going back and forth, that's another video I can create now. So I know, you know, if more than one person asks you, you definitely know that's a video that you need to create. And so that's kind of the game of YouTube, is just knowing what people are looking for, create videos based around that, have a great looking thumbnail that gets people to click, and then ultimately watch your video.
Hey, you write this down, right?
Oh,
we've been trying to get to that first 100 for how long? and we're appreciative of the 54 that we have. We appreciate y'all, but we definitely want to grow, and we still driving to 100. So
yeah, I'll tell you this. I have a lady. She's come through my first, my second, and now my third YouTube class that I've had, and I didn't even think I'd be doing YouTube classes, but that's literally how fast the channel has grown, and people were, you know, how are you doing it? And so she's come through all three, and her channel at the beginning of this year, she had about 100 subscribers before she came through. You know, upload things in the past, not consistent. And since coming through, she's had one of her videos now over 12,000 views. And this is just within the last 8 weeks, that video she put up. So it is not typical to get results like that unless you know how to play the game of YouTube. She came through the class. I said, you need to create a video on this, and you need to use this title. And that one video has now allowed her to get podcast opportunities from people she's never known about. Her video got featured in a virtual summit, and she's got people reach out to her through email and call her based off of that one video, the complete strangers. So, there's so many opportunities in 2020 to create videos about, because like I said, people are just looking for everything. And she's a caregiver. She takes care of elderly, and she has a video that has 12,000 views on it, and she's gotten 130 new subscribers over the last couple of weeks. So her growth has been pretty crazy in an industry where you don't really think about it's not popular, but she's getting growth in that industry because she's creating videos based on what people are looking for, what questions they're typing into YouTube.
Nice.
Well,
so I got a question.
That's what I'm here for. Let's knock it out.
Okay, so not digging into your numbers.
Oh, hey, go ahead. Let's dig.
Monetarily, right?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it about subscribers, or is it about views? Excuse me.
Views. 100% views.
Yeah, I know. In order to get, I know with YouTube, it used to be, in order to get your channel monetized, you have to hit a certain criteria.
1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Right. And
you see that watch hour time is 4 times the amount of subscribers you have. So 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours.
Right. So if, watching all of your video, or the length of time they actually.
Well, yeah, it doesn't even have to be subscribers watching. It could be anybody watching it. Yeah. So the length of time in total. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you got 2 subscribers and you want to sit there and you want to watch 4,000 hours of your own video, you could knock out that portion, but you still need 1,000 subscribers.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So let's get to the good part. Okay. We talked about the schematics and the game of YouTube and all that. Let's talk about equipment, shall we? So if we're sitting here doing, people who want to launch a YouTube channel, what's the most important thing they're going to need in order to launch this YouTube channel to be effective?
That question sounds easy, but it's complex to me, because I tell people I like to teach this bootstrapping strategy, bootstrapping your way to success. So whatever you have, start with your cell phone. Everybody has a smartphone. If you can charge it and it turns on, then you can use it. So turn that on landscape mode, sideways, and start filming yourself talking to the camera. Now, if you want to talk equipment and upping that performance, upping that production value, audio is going to be number one, because if people can't hear you and understand you, they're going to turn away quick. Right. Your camera would be the second thing I would upgrade. There's some, if you can get a hold of them now, there's limited stock, 1080p webcams if you can get them. DSLR cameras. I was talking to a photographer the other day. She didn't even realize she could turn her camera into essentially a webcam and have high production value. So, lighting is going to be important. I'm just using one key light off to my left here, so that you can see my screen. We talked about the background a little earlier. This is just a plain wall. In my most recent YouTube video, I talked about it because I'm moving in, so I haven't had the time to really set up everything, and I hadn't really had the time to record a video. So, I just made the point, like, sometimes simple is good. The best company that's proving that is Apple. Right. Their model is so simple. Their commercials are so simple. That's like a logo and a white background and a logo, and so. You don't have to have all this fancy stuff behind you. But sometimes, depending on your audience, it works. I'm looking at AD, I'm looking at you as well. I'm like, what books do you guys have on the shelves? Because maybe that's what's going to draw me into your channel, because now I can associate with that same book that I might have on my shelf in the house. So, you don't need a lot to get started. The main thing is just to get started and putting up the content. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. and get you one of these. Get you
Yeah,
one of these.
a cam link device. These things are awesome.
Yes.
If you can find them, grab them. If you want to make a little bit of money on the side, grab a couple and resell them. That's how valuable they are.
He's not kidding, y'all. I'm telling you, listening. When we first got sheltered in place, you couldn't find an Elgato cam link anywhere. Shout out to Elgato.
Yes. Elgato. Love you.
Love you. But yeah, when they were sheltered in place, you couldn't find the cam link. And Best Buy had some. And then when I tried to order it, as soon as I got ready to click buy, it was out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amazon was selling them, but they were price gouging.
Mm-hmm.
They were selling, because these things are retailed at what, 130, 129?
Yeah, about 130, 129. Mm-hmm.
They were price gouging at 250.
Yep.
For these, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want that one of those. But notice I said now, I meant that now one of those. But I finally was able to get me one. Now I just need a camera. I mean, I have a camera. I can show you real quick, but it's not. It's on this little thing here, and it worked. But it gave it to me in 720. I was kind of trying to get 1080, so I was a bit disappointed in that. So I need to get another camera. So I'm working on that. So it's gonna be GoPro. That's up next. GoPro. Shout out to GoPro.
Yeah, GoPro awesome too.
So speaking of which, you gained some sponsors. How did that come about?
So one of the things with YouTube we have to realize is that it allows you to create an audience.
Okay.
And if you have people, sponsors, partners that have a similar audience,
right,
they want to connect with your audience. And YouTube is a great platform. And so I think it was right around the 8,000 subscriber mark. And I've heard some people have even less than that, where people will send them. Well, I did have less than that. I've turned down a few. Will reach out to you for opportunities to, promote their product or their platform, their software on your channel, whether that's in the beginning of your video where you say, hey, this video was sponsored by X company, or we want to just shout out this company, or you do a full video on that company's products and services. So one of the most important parts in YouTube is that setup process where it'll actually ask you what's your business email address, because these companies know to email that email. So you want to make sure it's one in there that you're checking on a regular basis.
Right. And
they'll email you an opportunity, say, hey, we have this and we want you to do a video on it. In my case, doing a lot of tech. I've gotten the microphone. I did a video on the microphone, and they just simply email and say, hey, would you like to review this microphone? And you can keep it. So, that's a great way to have equipment that I don't have to pay for. It's now I have equipment that I could resell and generate revenue that way. It allows me to create another YouTube video to cater to my audience. And so I've in the last week, the last week and a half, I have 6 emails from different companies wanting me to do or inquiring about me doing videos for them. Some of these services I've used in the past for years, which is awesome. So, now they're going to pay me to do a video about them, because what happened was they saw a video that I had already done for them. Okay. I didn't, it wasn't promoting them per se to go and use a service, but I was just saying it because people asked me the question on my other video. Here's what I use as a solution. And now that company's reaching out. So companies will reach out to you. I've had small entrepreneurs reach out to me saying, hey, can you promote our platform on your channel? So there's ways that you can monetize YouTube without getting to that 1,000 subscribers, without getting to 4,000 watch hours. You can monetize it with affiliate programs at the bottom of your videos. Hey, I use this product. I use this off of Amazon. If you want to buy it, there's a link below. Make a commission. One of my second best performing videos has paid me well every single month. And it has 50,000 views compared to the best video that has 150,000 views, which has paid me not nearly as much. So there's so many different ways you can monetize the platform, your own courses. I tell people, anybody would have a freemium. I get so many my business owners I'm talking to, I get at least 3 to 5 leads a day from my YouTube channel. Just from a freemium offer. People look in the description, they click it, they want it. And every day there's new leads in there, so you can build your list without really even trying. I just keep telling people, just give all your information away. Don't be scared that someone's going to steal it, take it. Like, this is the digital age. If people really want it, they're going to take it anyway. But if you give it away, at least you can build an audience that you're giving so much value to, and every view will help you put another penny in your piggy bank, because these platforms like YouTube will monetize your channel and allow you to generate revenue just from turning on the camera and uploading videos.
Wow. So what? Well, you don't have to give names, of course, but what was the criteria for you turning down some offers of sponsors?
Great question. I'm glad you asked the question. Some of the platforms, I've had one that was an e-commerce platform, which is not really my space directly. Can I talk about it? Yeah, but does my audience really know it? I don't think so, not well enough. So it wouldn't perform well on my channel. So I've turned it down because of that. I've had brands that I just didn't feel comfortable with. They just didn't really align with who I felt, that it just didn't feel right. So I turned that down. Because money isn't everything. It does well. It helps keeps the lights on and everything. But when you create a video and your name is attached to it, and you're saying, hey, I'm working with this company, then you're aligning yourself with that. So I just felt that wasn't right. So not every deal is going to be the best deal. Not every deal will pay you directly. Maybe they just want something in exchange. Maybe they'll give you a discount on their products and services. But there are ways to monetize it. You can definitely counter. Don't be afraid to counter when someone says, hey, can you do this? I can do it for X amount of price. Or some people want you to create multiple videos. How long you actually have to talk about your video. So some companies give you parameters of what they want. And the more they want, the more it's going to charge. I'm going to charge them for what they want, because you do a little bit of extra work. Work with sponsors and partners.
Cool.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm sitting here like listening, and I'm going, maybe we should. I mean, this YouTube thing, I've always been scared of YouTube, to be honest.
It's intimidating.
Because people are mean, and then you see there are some channels that I've seen that just gives this everything's easy type of vibe, like everybody can do it. Like if you I've watched some videos of some vloggers. My kids watch a lot of YouTube, and they're vloggers, and they have these 4K cameras, and they have this and they have that, and they're like, well, Dad, can't you do that? No. And so
listen, pastor's daughter started her YouTube channel. And I'm looking like, man, it's exploding. Like it's growing. She just started, but like I look at her thumbnails, like she had one with the books, and she's talking about textbooks, she's talking about school. She's talking about relevant stuff that pertain to school and things. So I'm kind of watching, learning, like, okay, because she's in the middle of great content, basically. So it's
got a cool name too. So
she's
got a cool name, Brie Antoinette. So you can't just roll off the tongue, you know what I mean?
But it can be intimidating sometimes. But the key is the takeaway is there's no secret to it.
Right.
It's just consistency. It's just relatability and timing.
And if you're ever struggling to figure out, okay, what do I create this video about? I look for videos that are already doing well. What's their title of their video? What are they talking about in their video? And if that video has a good amount of views on it, there's nothing that's stopping you from creating a similar type of video, saying it in your own voice, in your own style, fill in the gaps. I like to look at the comments in their videos to see what people are saying. Hey, you missed this. You didn't talk about this. Okay, well, that gives me more that I can put in my video to answer and fill in those gaps. So, looking at what's already performing well gives you a good indication of, okay, there's already an audience of people that want to see this type of video.
All right.
You dropping nuggets and gems on this one.
We got some good nuggets. So again, we appreciate you hanging out, rock with us. Of course, name alone, we can find you, Monty Weaver. Or is there?
Yeah, name alone, just Monty Weaver on YouTube. Go follow, go subscribe, go hit the bell, hit the like. Look, if you want to buy anything in the link below, feel free to.
We don't mind.
So I hope you got some value from that video. Now, if you did, do me a favor, hit the like button and let me know in the comments, what's the one takeaway that you really received that you're going to be able to implement in your YouTube strategy. At the end of the day, I want you to remember that it's all about putting up content that people are looking for. And that's how you'll be able to get more views and more subscribers to your channel. Now, if you're brand new and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do so by hitting the red button and turning on the notification bell. That way you'll receive a notification every single time I upload a brand new video. And in the meantime, start creating those YouTube videos and I'll see you on the next video.